friends, I wanted to do a little flip through of this book that I just finished, but first I wanted to talk a little bit about, I've done a lot of ink lines in this book, a lot of these, and this is Sumi ink from Japan. I just got it on Amazon, you know, because that's where everything comes from now, and it's got this cool little screw top, and it just pours out. It is very liquidy, so be prepared for that if you want to buy some. This is a little bit water soluble, so if you mix it with water, it will run a little bit. Once it fully dries, it seems pretty water fast, but there is a period of several hours where you can reactivate it with water. I put it in one of these fine line gadgets. It's got a big reservoir, and then much like if you've ever done a watercolor masking pen, this is made by the same company. It's got the little thing in there, so it plugs up this hole, and you see that it comes out pretty readily, but it will draw really cool lines with this device. So I really like it. It's given me a different way to use lines than I ever have before, and also I'm not going to be able to put that back in there on camera because that is how the world works. But there's that. These come in packs of 3. This, I believe the blue ones are 20 gauge, and then there's a set of yellow tops that I think are 18 gauge, because, you know, I don't know these things. I don't know if 18 is bigger or smaller than 20 in this case, but I just ordered me some yellow ones, so I'm going to test it out. I think I'm going to put some of this ink in it next time. This ink works really well in this gadget, so I can't recommend this enough. So there's that, and now I'm just going to get back to the book. So this is a book that I made out of some eco-dyed paper, and it's just full of watercolor paper. I made it right before. It's very basically bound. I made it as I was heading out of town on a trip, just in case I wanted to work on something. Of course, I didn't use it on the trip, and when I got home, I started a class about landscapes, and this pen thing was one of the recommendations for that class, and so I've been testing it out in this book primarily. So I just called it Sumi Lines, and there's some little flowery looking things and some watercolor. This you can see where it's super water soluble. I did some dark black lines and then added some water, and it just becomes, you know, that beautiful gray. Just a little abstract piece here. I've really been playing around with mark making, the asymmetric writing, and then just making some marks. And then, so there's watercolor, and this teal, this kind of greeny teal color is oil pastel, and then Neocolor 2s are the rest of this. Again, started out with the ink on the bottom and did some drawing on top of it. It got wet. So I'm just playing around, trying to figure out what to do with it. This is a gold Posca pen. I really have not been using Poscas until very recently, and I like the addition I can do with that. And here is where I really start using a line. And as you start, you kind of have to put some pressure on this doodad, and so you get kind of these string of bubble looking things. I've kind of, since this figured out how to do that a little bit differently, but here's my experiments in that. This book is definitely a whole book of experiments, doing some different things from that class I was doing, and then another class that I took, some eco-dyed papers. You know, you gotta have a place to experiment. Still yet another class of some dyeing stuff. I'm pretty sure this is this ink, and then a gold ink here, and then some watercolors. This is all watercolor, and then that oil pastel that I really like that color, and then some Neocolor. That green line is a Neocolor. This is actually paper that I put in here, and then added some watercolors and the black lines on top. This page was interesting because I actually put the Sumi ink on my jelly plate and pulled a print and then pulled some other prints on top of it. So this teal and this kind of maroon purple were from the jelly plate, and then I added, and this cream color right here is jelly plate. And then I have one of these that has high flow acrylic, Titan Buff high flow acrylic, and so that's where those lines came from. This very much feels like Roots Underground to me. I like this page. It turned out interesting. Another watercolor, mostly watercolor page. Here's one of the landscapes that I did from the class, playing around with just different textures with paper and lines, mark making. This is a piece of vellum that had some mark making on it, and when you flip it over backwards, I love the way it shows through. It's very interesting. Another landscape from that. I call this my fried egg landscape because I think that looks like a fried egg. Again, I spritzed water on this page and then put the Sumi ink on it, so that's how you get all these little fractally looking things. Just trying to play around with how to apply ink. And then this is micron pen. These black lines are micron pens. Here I was drawing lines, and you can see how I've kind of mastered using the 2B thing better than I was at the beginning, making lines with it, and then adding some collage and just thinking about the repetition of those lines. This is a piece, this orange right here and right here is a piece of a quilt that I keep on my couch, and we got up from hanging on the couch the other night, and there was this piece of orange fabric, and I was like, I'm gonna put that in my journal. And so it made its way in here, and I really, I did this line first and add a little bit of water, and then I turned some music on and I just started playing, and it got more marks on it than what I normally put on the page, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I like this color fade, and this watercolor is, basically the same color as the fabric, which was only sort of intentional. It kind of just happened. This was some pencil writing, and then I put Neo colors down and added water, and then when that was dry, I went and added the black ink. And then once the black ink was dry, the Sumi ink was dry, then I went in and did a lot more pencil marking. So this was a multi-stage process. Here's another landscape of all of the papers that I found that I've been making and put together on this page. And I really kind of love how these come together. And then just on the back page, I was trying to replicate these colors, which the Neo colors, there's not a good analog, so it's sort of an echo, but not exactly. And then just playing around with the lines. I just love these really solid black, kind of irregular lines that this fine liner thing makes. I really enjoy it. So anyway, that's the flip through of that book. I hope you enjoyed it.